get my 6. That was kind of difficult. I'm sitting on a stump in the woods, and I was actually like doing a crunch to sneak into view like this. Oh. Trying to mix it up, make it different. You know, I either need to start parting my hair on the other side, or when I come here, sit on this side. Because the wind always comes from over there. And it looks like I'm wearing a toupee. All right, so we have potentially a haunted book that, no kidding, I've been offered $100 for, $500, and even $1,000 from a collector of paranormal items. It's a copy of The Lunatic. By the way, there's only 5 left out of the 50 that we relisted yesterday. There's 5 left. So if you want one with an autograph, better head over to Etsy. But this is the one that I brought up yesterday morning. I was having my little rage about some lunacy that's going on in our society. Then I got home and realized everything in this book was then upside down and backwards. Hundreds and hundreds of books, maybe perhaps 1,000 of these have gone out from here. This is the only one that was like this. So some people have mentioned, somebody commented that they used to work at a book printing company and that it was just done by mistake. And I understand that, and that's what makes the most logical sense. But why just one out of, hundreds and hundreds, and probably 1,000? I don't know. So anyway, I figured out what I'm going to do with it. Is it going to go to the highest bidder? Somebody even commented I should bid the thing off. $1,000 is pretty high even without starting a bid. So is that who gets it? No, absolutely not. Somebody is going to get it. It's somebody that is going to be at my house in about an hour to an hour and a half. I'm not going to tell you who this person's name is. What I will tell you is that they are my longest lifelong friend. I've known this person, aside from people in my family, I've known this person longer than I've known anybody else. He's coming to see me soon. And this will be the first time we've seen each other in about 10 or 12 years, something like that. When I, told my wife and son about him, and he was coming, because we've been back in communication with each other here for about the last month since I reconnected with my previously estranged birth family. We're not estranged anymore. I made contact with everybody, and it's funny. I have 3 sisters, and all 3 of them, when I called them, said, this guy who's coming, he every 6 months he texts or calls trying to figure out how to get in touch with you. You really should get in touch with him. All 3 of them said that, and then all 3 of them said, and by the way, just so you'll know, I only went out with him that one time. I didn't know about that one time, and I probably didn't need to know about that one time. So anyway, it's like, wow, is this guy coming over to the house all the time because of me or because of my 3 sisters? You know what I mean? It's all right. He has a sister too. I haven't seen her in a long time, but I know when we were all young, she was gorgeous, and I guess I asked her out too. She said no. So I can't even say, I only went out with your sister that one time. I could say your sister rejected me that one time. But anyway, I was telling Dearly and Daniel a bunch of stories about the guy, just crazy stuff. And one of the craziest things is the first time I met him. This is how I met him. We rode the same bus. Now, eventually, we would live in the same neighborhood. Actually, he would live the next street over. I could see the back of his house from the front of ours and vice versa. But before that, we were living in a different place about a mile up the road. So we were on the same bus because the bus would let me and my older sister off. The other two I think one was born by then, but she wasn't in school yet, and the youngest hadn't even been born yet. So the bus would let us off at this little place we got off, and then it would go and take the rest of the kids into this neighborhood. I remember I'm getting off the bus one day, and I was wearing like a jacket with a hood on it. Next thing I know, I'm being strangled. This guy, my oldest lifelong friend, when I walked by where he was sitting on the bus, he just reached up and grabbed the hood of my coat and wouldn't let me go. And I was trying to pull myself, because I was a little kid. I was in kindergarten. I was afraid the bus was going to leave without letting me get off. So the bus driver, he was waiting on me to get off. He finally looked up in the mirror and realized what was going on. And of course he yelled at the kid and made him let me go. And he let me go, and I turned around and I was mad and I was angry. I was probably crying. I was like 5 years old. He was just laughing and laughing. Yeah. Known him longer than anybody, and that's how we met. Great guy. So I was telling Dearly a bunch of stories, things we would do when we were kids, and we'd hang out there. We never went to college together, not the same college, but he would come see me at my college, and of course we'd see each other when we were in our hometown. But Dearly didn't seem to be impressed by the stories, and she said, well, what's so special about this guy? Why is he like really the only one you've reached out to, and why is he coming? Why is he so special? And I thought about it, and there's a million reasons I could give, but the one that hit me in the face was this. I said, honey, I've been estranged from everybody from my previous life for more than a decade. This is the only guy, the only person from my previous life who has reached out a couple times a year for the entire 10-year period trying to get in touch with me. If that's not someone special, I don't know what someone special is. I mean, that's impressive. It's like he never gave up on his friend, seeing him again someday, that friend, of course, being me. And I just thought, man, that if you find one person in your life that cares about you enough to continually seek you out, try to find you, try to get in touch, that's a special person. And so anyway, he's getting this book. Sounded like a growl. I was thinking today about how he's coming down. I thought, man, I already packed up all the copies of the Lunatic I had, except for this one, because it's haunted. It's cursed. So I pulled it out. I can't send somebody a book that has everything in it upside down and backwards. And I thought, I should give him that. Then, of course, the human instinct in me said, oh, somebody's offering you $1,000. That I had that thought, but then the thoughts that I choose to have, the next thought was, you got $1 million friend right here. That's worth more than $1,000 for a haunted book. So he gets it. That's just impressive. It's special. Somebody who would do that. And we've talked so much on the phone. We've been texting, and he just happens to be passing through, today as he's traveling. So he's going to stop by, and we're going to have a good time. I'm looking forward to seeing him, for the first time in a very long time. I'm looking forward to him meeting my wife and my child, and then meeting him. And I'm looking forward to giving him this book. So it's not like I had anything really cool to talk about today. So I guess maybe the point of this is, if you have one person, even just one person in your life who, when everybody else writes you off as dead, including family, but yet there's that one person, and especially if they're not family, and they just keep trying to find you, keep looking for you, you are fortunate. I would say most people might not have that one person in their life. I'm fortunate that I do. Even though, if you think back on that first day we met, that first impression, well, he might come off as a lunatic, but hey, so do I, potentially. See you for more next time. Make sure you get one of the last 5. Shout out to Julie Joy in England. I hope this isn't supposed to be a surprise. Your husband bought one for you. You'll be getting it soon. They'll be here on Tuesday. They'll ship out on Wednesday, but it might take a while to get to the other side of the pond. But Julie, your husband bought you a copy, and he thinks very highly of you. And he mentioned that you watch every video I upload as soon as I upload it. So I hope you watch this one to the end so that you can hear your shout out. Thank you to everybody who watches our videos, okay, and buys the books and everything else. Got to wrap this up. As you can tell, my mind's somewhere else. My mind's excited about seeing somebody who's like a brother to me that I haven't seen for more than 10 years. It's been far too long. So I'll make it a little bit more exciting tomorrow. Potentially.